Greetings from the historic Gettysburg campus of United Lutheran Seminary. I'm Dr. Guy Irwin, the president of the seminary, and it's a joy to be able to be with you today by video.
And I'm Dr. Martin Otto-Zimmern, the Senior Director of Continuing Education for all three of our campuses at United Lutheran Seminary.
We hope that you're having a good assembly in northeastern Pennsylvania, and we're happy to be able to be with you in this long-distance way. We're here to thank you first for your loyal and generous support of the seminary through the years. Over the last 30 years, your synod has given very, very generously to our support, and we are grateful for that. We feel we are really partners in ministry with you in this endeavor.
Over the past 30 years, you've provided us with over $3.6 million in financial support. But more importantly to me, you've walked with us. You have shepherded our students. You have provided them with first call opportunities. You have provided opportunities for us to come to you and preach in your congregations and be with you in your retreats and have educational events all over your synod for the sake of God's kingdom.
Like the church, the seminary is coming out of the pandemic with a great deal of new learning and quite a lot of hope for the future. We have struggled with having on-campus community during this time of separation, but we're hoping that more will come back and that we'll be able to reestablish a strong sense of campus community on both of our campuses. We have more space, to be honest, than we need, certainly for residential purposes, but we do have a very strong core of people who want to study in person. The demographics of higher education and of the church are changing, and we don't expect ever to be able to return fully to the kind of residential education that was a hallmark of the past. But as we move into a more varied modality of teaching, we're really excited about the ways we can reach new people and in new ways. That's where you come into this story, because we're hoping that over time, we'll be able to reach a greater number of you as well. Not people necessarily who are seeking a degree in theology or divinity, but ones who want to enrich their own faith, who want to develop their thinking about Christian theology, who want simply to know more about the things that are most important to them. It's my dream that we develop a kind of open seminary in which every seeker after truth can come and spend time with us, online, in person for a single lecture or perhaps a weekend intensive, or even to take a course. It is really possible for almost anyone to take almost any one of our courses if they're willing to commit to the effort that it involves. I'd love us to be able to develop a way in which people who are engaged in continuing education on our campus, whether clergy or lay people, would actually receive some level of credit for everything they do that involves something we can assess. Through that, over time, we may find that there are people who are simply here out of curiosity, but who actually would qualify for a degree.
This historic campus here in Gettysburg is home to many rich stories and folk tales about the Civil War, as well as the students who studied here for nearly 200 years. In addition, our Philadelphia campus also is rich with history and with memories from our alums that are shared around the table from time to time. We cherish these memories. We realize that these campuses are part of the learning experience, and it is not our intention to close either one of them. In fact, we want to open up the seminary in new ways so that more people can enjoy the opportunities here.
What we've discovered coming out of the pandemic with the greater use of digital media is that we can do a wider variety of things well. We can provide education on many levels, and we want to take advantage of that to connect more strongly to you. You have been enormously generous to us, and we would like in return to support the church as we all move together into an uncertain future.
Part of our goal is to be faithful stewards of the campuses that have been lent to us by God. One of the exciting opportunities beginning this coming fall is that we're going to have a Zoom book club. Members of our faculty are going to be sharing books that they've found inspiring and offer an opportunity for folks to zoom in and have discussions around these texts. They're fiction, nonfiction, and not quite as academic as the usual stuff in the classroom, but definitely the kind of things that inspire us and give our lives meaning and purpose.
We're working with the faculty to think of ways in which we can develop a whole spectrum of offerings, from one-off lectures that might only take an hour, to weekend programs, to week-long programs, to regular semester-long courses that we can invite a wider population, a wider public in to take part in.
And of course, one of the benefits of being a student at ULS is our endowment allows us to fully fund all our tuition costs. This educational opportunity is free for anyone who wants to do degree work, whether it's full-time or part-time.
I'm very excited at the prospect that we'll be able to welcome more of you on these historic campuses in the months and years to come.
Another wonderful opportunity coming up this summer in mid-July is Theological Education with adults. This is something that Deacon Shell Huth started many, many years ago when she was in charge of lifelong learning here on the Gettysburg campus. And we're excited this summer because Gail Ramshaw and Kyle Schiffelbein-Guerrero, our liturgist professor, they're going to share with us ways in which Lutherans worship and why.
We've just finished a very successful spring convocation here on the Gettysburg campus, to which a large number of alumni came back to spend time with us, but also other friends and those interested in the topic that we covered. We're doing this again in the fall in Philadelphia on that campus, and the topic will be immigration and immigration policy. Who is my neighbor? So we hope that you might consider coming to that as well. All kinds of things will be happening. We're going to let you know as best we can of everything that we are doing so that you can hook into it wherever it appeals to you. And we're looking also for you to give us some ideas.
That's right. We've even created a special email address, learningwishlist@uls.edu. I'd love to hear from you how you think that our seminary can serve the people of your synod by offering opportunities for lay folk, for rostered leaders, for retired pastors, even for bishops and the synod staff. We can provide all sorts of opportunities for learning, for respite, for retreat, and just fellowship and fun. God knows we all need to get out and enjoy creation.
And keep in mind that not only can we reach you virtually, and also by visits to our campuses, but if you have enough people in one place interested in studying a particular thing, we can come to you physically as well. But we're finding that increasingly a variety of modalities of teaching is the most effective. So send us your ideas. We'd be happy to discuss further what might be helpful for you. I wish you a blessed continuation and conclusion to your Synod Assembly. I wish we could be with you in person, but perhaps next year. God bless you.
Bishop DeForest and all the members of the Northeast Pennsylvania Synod, God bless you in your ministries, and we look forward to being with you as soon as we can.